Live from the Ball State News Center, this is NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Good evening. Welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Robert Conant.
And I'm Jillian McNulty. Thank you for joining us. Today marks 1 week since last Tuesday's midterm election, but some results are still rolling in. And for Indiana, those results aren't too great. The United States Election Project compiled a list of the top and bottom 5 states' voter turnouts, according to their latest estimates. At the top of the list is Maine with a 59.3% voter turnout. At the bottom, Indiana with a 28% voter turnout. According to the United States Election Project estimates, last week's election saw the lowest voter turnout since 1942. Only 36.3% of the eligible voting population turned out to the vote. The low turnout even prompted Obama to comment, saying that he hears those who choose not to vote just as loudly as he hears those who choose to vote.
After the loss of roughly $12.6 million due to fraud earlier this year, Ball State is still surviving. The university has a fund specifically designed for the times of loss and unforeseen circumstances. The fund, formerly known as the Contingency Fund, generally holds roughly $9 million. That's according to Ball State's Vice President of Business Affairs, Bernard Hannon. Hannon told the Daily News that while the loss of funds still makes university officials sick, they will continue to rebuild the account as its average income is $4.2 million per year.
The number of diversity-related complaints from Ball State faculty has gone up 44% in the last year. That's according to the Office of University Compliance. The total number of complaints went from 15 in the 2012-2013 school year to 27 in the 2013-2014 school year. The most complaints came in the categories of gender and retaliation, where there was 7 each. There were 5 complaints that had to do with race, 2 for harassment or hostile work environment, and 2 for disability. According to the Workplace Environment Survey, 12% of faculty and 9% of staff members said they had seriously considered leaving Ball State because of these issues. Well, here on the weather front, we started out with some really nice weather actually this morning, but kind of took a downhill turn once it started raining.
Oh my gosh, the rain came in and then it got really cold coming here to the newsroom. Freezing. And I hear that that cold weather is going to stay here for the rest of the week. We're going to throw it to our weatherman, David Stradling. He's going to tell us exactly how long the cold will stay. David?
Yeah, unfortunately it is going to stay. And Jillian, like you said, we started off 62 degrees was our high around noon today. But since then, we have fallen to 36 degrees, so it's a little bit cold as we move throughout the area today. Currently, 36 degrees, a west wind at 14 miles per hour, making it feel like 27, so if you need to be out and about tonight, you may want to bundle up, take a jacket, because you don't want to get stuck out there in the cold. Other temperatures around the area, 36 in Kokomo, 34 in Indianapolis, Lafayette, Terre Haute, and Bloomington, so the cold air is here, and it's going to move from west to east as we go through overnight, and coming up, we do have a chance of snow. Even colder air is on the way. All that is up in your 7-day forecast, so stay tuned and I'll give you more details.
All right, thank you, David. Today, one of Ball State's public relations groups had a campus-wide philanthropy to raise money for Alzheimer's. Reporter Felicia Donaldson has the story.
The PRSSA has started a campus-wide campaign yesterday to raise money for the Alzheimer's Association Indianapolis chapter. Members Jamie Fisher and Michaela Cloud tell more about the event.
We are PRSSA, which is the Public Relations Student Society of America. We do a lot of networking with professionals, which they come in and speak pretty often. Today we're raising awareness and taking donations for Alzheimer's, and then it's going to the Indianapolis chapter of the Alzheimer's Association, and they can fill out this little card. It says "Don't forget to," and you can put whatever you want, like don't forget to smile, don't forget to do your homework or brush your teeth, and then we're going to put it in this time capsule here and open it next semester in the atrium.
Vice President Danielle Wagner shares on how this cause impacted her personally.
My grandpa had Alzheimer's and passed away in May, actually, and I just think this is an awesome organization to donate time and money to. And this is PRSSA's first philanthropic event that goes to an outside organization, so I think that it's an awesome cause.
From Muncie NewsLink, Indiana, this is Felicia Donaldson.
And the event will continue until this Friday, November 14th from 3 to 11 p.m. in the atrium.
Well, coming up after the break, America isn't the only country remembering those who have served. Find out what Canadians are doing to honor their veterans.
And you better not pout, you better not cry, because a jolly someone is making an early appearance here in Muncie. Stay tuned to find out when and where.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
This is NewsLink Indiana.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. The Church of Latter-day Saints has finally come out with some more insights on their founder, Joseph Smith, via the church's website. CNN reports that Smith had 40 wives, one being as old as 56 and one as young as 14. Joseph Smith is considered their prophet, whose original intentions did not include having many wives until he was approached by an angel to fulfill this commandment. Though the topic is disputable, according to the members of the church, polygamy has its upsides by increasing the number of children in the Mormon community. Due to easily accessible news about the Mormon community online, the church has been feeling more pressure to answer some of the ongoing questions on its polygamist past.
A group of high school students in Alberta, Canada, are commemorating Remembrance Day. They're getting a glimpse of what soldiers had to endure during World War I. They spent hours digging trenches and then they were stationed in them throughout a chilly night. Briar Stewart has the story.
In the small community of Eaglesham, Alberta, this has become a Remembrance Day tradition, a physical, frigid tribute to those who fought for Canada. 27 students from 3 schools in northwestern Alberta are digging trenches where they will spend the night.
Well, my grandfather served in the war, so I thought, maybe honor him and give it a shot. And then once I realized it was really fun, I wanted to come back.
Some of the students participated in this exercise last year, but for others, this is a whole new experience.
My first thought, are they crazy?
Matron Davis knows that the challenge that lies ahead is nothing compared to what soldiers endured during the First World War.
There's no one shooting at you, and you don't have to worry about anything else, really, except for possibly a coyote or two.
This is the 6th year that students from this community have been digging and sleeping in trenches. It was the vision of Mike McKay. He's a teacher here and a former member of the reserves.
Well, my dream is that all across Canada on Remembrance Day, the night before, kids will be standing on guard for their country and remembering their veterans by doing this.
Mate, do you want to get the tarps?
After hours of digging, night falls and students huddle together in the earth.
But it's not going to be a restful night. Not only is it nearly minus 30 degrees, but the whole point of this exercise is to teach students what life was like in the trenches.
Part of that means reenacting battles throughout the night.
Get effective! Retire! So what we just had there was a reenactment of the Battle of Sanctuary Wood and Mount Sorel.
And then there's one more as dawn begins to break.
Oh, God.
That marks the end of the students' time in the trenches.
It's my sincere wish that none of you guys ever have to go to war, guys.
And a long, cold night of reflection.
You kind of start to see what they had to go through and the deprivations they suffered, and I'm going to look at Remembrance Day in a whole new light today, I think.
Thanks, Briar. All local veterans are invited to attend the 2014 Eastern Indiana Veterans Resource Fair from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Thursday at the Kuhlman Center in Richmond. There's no cost to attend this event, and there will be more than 45 various service partners, including 18 employers, to provide and assist local veterans with their specific needs. Activities include free health screenings, flu shots, employment options, educational information, governmental resources, mental health services, other community resources, and free lunch for the veterans while supplies last.
Well, Santa Claus is coming to town, but he's pretty early. To kick off the holiday season, Santa will arrive at the Muncie Mall this Friday at 5 p.m.
And an Ice Queen and Ice Princess will make a special appearance on Friday and will lead those in attendance in a rendition of Let It Go from the movie Frozen.
There we go. Kids will be able to sit on Santa's lap and take pictures with him at the mall from November 14th to December 24th. Jillian, I don't know about you, but this seems a little early for me. Santa coming, it's not even Thanksgiving yet.
I have a roommate who at home she decorates her house in October, She loves Christmas so much, but I mean this, I think one holiday at a time. You may want to take it a little easy, but I'm sure the kids will have fun with it. Frozen, who doesn't love Frozen?
That's true, very true. Well, speaking of Santa coming to town, he definitely is bringing the cold weather with him.
David Stradling will tell us how cold the temperatures will get coming up next on NewsLink Indiana's weather.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
This is NewsLink Indiana.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. Well, our weatherman David Stradling told us that we've got some cold weather coming. How do you feel about it, Rob?
I am not ready for it.
I don't even think I have a hat and gloves at school. I think it's still at home.
You might have to buy some.
I'm going to have to probably make a Walmart run at some point. So, David, how about tell us a little bit more about the weather coming up?
Yeah, you're right. It is going to get cold, and it will stay cold for a while. And I just wanted to bring up this high temperature graphic so we could see 60s. Most likely for one last time. 62 in Muncie for the high, 61 in Kokomo, Indianapolis, and Fort Wayne. Warmer air through midday, and then we got colder. Let's take a look at the national temperatures here. A game I like to play is called Find the Cold Front. If you guess through central Ohio, down through central Texas, you're right. The cold front is right there. It's pushing eastward, and we have a lot of cold air moving in behind that. So once this cold air moves in behind it, we're going to be in the cold for a while. I don't know what else to say. Not good news, that's for sure. 25 in Lafayette, as well as Kokomo and Indianapolis. Muncie's still sitting at 36 degrees. Shelbyville, 28 degrees. Cold air, like I said, is in place. The winds across the area, 14 mile an hour in Muncie and Indianapolis. 15 in Fort Wayne. Factor in those winds. Look at this. Wind chills 27, 25 in Indy, 25 in Kokomo. Cold air is in the area. It's just going to get colder as we move through overnight. 24-hour temperature change, 19 degrees difference right now from yesterday at this time to right now. Same with Terre Haute. Bloomington's seen the biggest drop from yesterday at this time. 21-degree difference, a lot colder, and it's going to stay cold. Looking at precision cast, we will see the clouds push out of the area. We will see clear conditions throughout the day tomorrow. But as you can see, clouds will start to push in by tomorrow afternoon and into the evening. Overnight hours, we will see clouds, and we'll see clouds throughout the day on Thursday. And coming back to tomorrow night, clearing skies, the cold air arrives 28 degrees, and it's just going to get colder as we move on, but a bright note for tomorrow, we will see sun all day until those clouds move in later in the afternoon. 35 degrees for your high, and, well, taking a look at your 7-day, very sad. Look at this. Santa comes in Friday, they said, 30 degrees on Friday. He is bringing the cold air, but looking at the weekend, a little bit of a warm-up, if that's what you want to call it. 34 degrees Saturday, 33 Sunday. And take a look, Monday 28, cold air will come after the snow showers on Sunday. 13 for your low Tuesday morning. Looking at Tuesday, 20 degrees. Tuesday morning with the winds behind that cold front, I hate to say it, but wind chills may be 0 degrees coming into Tuesday morning.
Oh, that is not a number I want to hear.
No, it's
not. Got to break out all the
play
winter
the cold
gear.
front though.
Yes.
Find the cold front.
I like
that's
that.
A good
Well,
game.
It's a fun game.
It's I wouldn't call it fun.
True.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably not very.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. No. After the break, hear about some big games coming up for Cardinal fans.
Amanda Smith has sports next. Stay tuned.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With a unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
This is NewsLink Indiana.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Amanda Smith with your sports. Ball State's football team will hit the road tomorrow in a matchup against the University of Massachusetts. The Cardinals are currently 3-6, 2-3 in the MAC so far this season. Just last week, the team suffered a disappointing 35-21 loss at home against Northern Illinois. The UMass Minutemen are also coming into tomorrow's game after a difficult 42-35 loss against Toledo just 2 weeks ago. UMass is 2-7 overall, 2-3 in the MAC. Tomorrow night's matchup should be pretty even. Catch all of the action on ESPNU starting at 8 o'clock. And the women's basketball team will play their first home game this Friday against Purdue. The Cardinals were 9-9 in conference play last season and completed the year with an overall record of 18-17. Ball State began this season with a huge 116-29 win in their exhibition game against Oakland City. This is the second year in a row that the Cardinals have exceeded the 100-point mark in exhibition play. Ball State has a fairly young team this year consisting of mostly sophomores and juniors. In their exhibition game, sophomore Renee Bennett led the Cardinals with 23 points, while sophomore Jill Morrison chipped in 19. Friday night's tip-off will begin at 7 p.m. And the women's volleyball team will travel to Toledo tomorrow for their final away game of the regular season. It will be a rematch of earlier this season when Ball State defeated Toledo here at home in 4 games. First serve is scheduled for 7 p.m. The Cardinals are currently 9-5 in conference, 15-12 overall, and currently 4th in the Mid-American Conference standings. With that rank, they would have a first-round bye in next week's conference tournament. But if Eastern Michigan were to jump and send the Cardinals to 5th place, Ball State would have to play in the very first game of the tournament. All of the final standings will be determined on the final night of the regular season Saturday. Ball State's men's basketball team will play at least 10 games on air this season. The Ball State Sports Network has chosen 4 games to broadcast during Mid-American play, 2 of which will be broadcast on ESPN3, giving the Cardinals the opportunity to be featured on air depending on their record. The Cardinals will tip off this Friday in their first away game against Utah. And it was a heartwarming night in Ann Arbor, Michigan last night for freshman basketball player Austin Hatch. Hatch has survived 2 plane crashes, the first in which his mother and 2 siblings were killed, and the second 8 years later, killing his father and stepmother. After the second crash, Hatch was in a coma for 2 months and suffered many physical injuries, including broken ribs and a punctured lung. With just 6 seconds left in the game, Hatch was fouled and sent to the free throw line where he sank a single shot. Cheers filled the entire stadium as Hatch checked out of the game, hugged his coach, and made his way back to the sideline. So, really inspiring story about how precious life really is.
Absolutely, and I'm from the Fort Wayne area, so knowing Austin Hatch, a great high school player, good to see him back after that terrible loss with his family and the plane crashes to get back into college play.
Definitely, you know, that recovery must have been an incredible experience.
Absolutely. Thank you, Amanda.
Well, donut change that channel. Right?
Because a popular treat has a sweet connection to the Hoosier State, and we're talking about it next.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
This is NewsLink Indiana.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Moye Whitehead with all things entertainment. Alexandra Cousteau, granddaughter of legendary explorer and filmmaker Jacques Cousteau, will be tomorrow night's featured speaker, a part of Ball State's Bracken Environmental Lecture Series. Through her advocacy and efforts towards water conservation and sustainability, she has earned global recognition as one of National Geographic's emerging explorers. Alexandra Cousteau will use her storytelling tradition from her family to inspire and empower individuals to protect the water and freshwater resources we all love. The lecture series will be held at the L.A. Pittenger Student Center, with start time being at 7:30 p.m. Author Michael Poore will be stopping by Ball State's campus, reading excerpts from his acclaimed novel, Up Jumps the Devil. The book tells the story of the devil's time on Earth, and more specifically, his time working on his pet project, the United States. Published in 2012, Up Jumps the Devil has received rave reviews from the Wall Street Journal and Publishers Weekly for its sustained comedy and entertainment. Following his presentation, Poore will be available for a brief Q&A session and book signing. The event takes place in the Letterman Building in room 105 at 7:30 p.m. Construction for the new McAllister's Deli is off to a great start, but fans of the restaurant, known for iced tea and baked potatoes, will have a bit of a wait before the restaurant opens locally. According to the spokesperson Charlie Henson, the restaurant should be open by March 1st or 2nd, citing the landlord not delivering the building in time for them to open up before year's end. McAllister's Deli recently opened a new location in the former Stir Crazy Asian restaurant at Castleton Square Mall, Indianapolis. When the restaurant opens here in Muncie, it will feature a variety of hot and grilled sandwiches, chopped salads, baked potatoes such as the Black Angus roast beef spud. Also, their famous iced tea will be available. For more local Ball State entertainment, Jekyll and Hyde came to campus this evening for a special performance in Emmons Auditorium. The musical is about a brilliant scientist with a mad alter ego. Two separate women fall for the man, but neither knows of his frightening secret. Tickets were free to students. The next event coming up is Black Violin in Pruitt Hall this Thursday. Black Violin is a professional violinist duo that rocks out to these classical instruments. They have performed at President Obama's inauguration and recently on the Queen Latifah show. Ball State student tickets are $5 in advance, $10 at the door. Adults will also save $5 if they buy their ticket ahead of time for $19 through Emmons box office. That's all for your entertainment news. I'm Moye Whitehead. Now back to your news desk.
Thanks so much, Moye. Okay, David, last chance to change your forecast.
I could change it, but it'd be inaccurate, and you'd probably be mad at me, so I want to warn you ahead of time.
Fine.
Worth a shot.
Tomorrow is actually going to be the warmest day on the 7 days. You can see 35 degrees. We'll move into Thursday and Friday. 31 Thursday, 30 Friday. Saturday and Sunday, you could say it's a little bit of a warm-up, but I wouldn't call it that. 34 Saturday, 33 Sunday. A cold front pushes some snow flurries through the area, but it also brings colder air than we're going to be seeing this week. Monday, 28. Tuesday morning, 13 degrees. Wind chills could possibly be flirting with 0 degrees as we're heading out in the morning, so you're going to want to bundle up. If Jillian, you don't have your winter coat, you may want to make a road trip home this weekend to get it, and then once we get back to Tuesday, we're only going to be getting to 20, so
I'm just going to layer all the sweaters I own.
That's
smart. That's the game plan.
Best alternative, maybe.
Yeah, really. I have no idea what I'm going to do.
We'll find a way.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Thanks, David. And thanks to one Hoosier woman, the donut thrives in today's American culture. In a recent story by the Indianapolis Star, Helen Purviance made donuts for soldiers in France during World War I in an effort to comfort the men during the hard times. She, along with her comrades, made these donuts in secret using ingredients found on the ammunition train and eggs that were brought to them by the locals. Purviance passed away in 1984 at the age of 95. There is an exhibit for her at the Indiana War Memorial Museum titled the Salvation Army Girl Donut Exhibit. So if you want to go there, it's probably warm inside. So
that would be nice.
And there you get to eat donuts. So.
Oh my gosh, do they give you donuts?
I think so.
Ooh, very cool.
Pretty cool.
Do you want to go, Jillian?
Yeah, definitely worth checking out. Let's definitely go
road
check it
trip.
out. Oh yeah, NewsLink road trip. I'm all in.
Perfect.
Let's do it. For donuts, right? That's all tonight for tonight, NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to watch tomorrow at 9 p.m. right here on Cardinal Vision. For David Stradling, I'm Jillian McNulty.
And for Amanda Smith, I'm Robert Connett. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good night.